Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to do gaming specific tasks here on the Galaxy Z Fold 7 that I just got. We're going to be doing some gaming on the inner display here and showcasing what it feels like to play touchscreen games on that big fold screen, to see how they look, to see how some behave versus others, and also we're going to be taking a look at controller-based games featuring the Backbone Pro controller that I just got. We're going to be taking a look at some games that work with the controller, and then we're also going to be taking a look at a little bit of Xbox Game Pass just to show you guys how it looks like on the Z Fold 7 and how it performs. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so the first thing I want to show you when it comes to games is we're going to take a look at some of the games that I have installed that are more touch-based without the actual controller. So let me show you some of those right now, for example, here that are, again, more that you play with your phone with the touchscreen than you do with a controller. For example, I know one of the big popular games out there is Bingo Blitz. I know it's like a, very much one of those games where like, you're just playing through all these different levels and stuff like that. I just wanted to show you guys a variety of different games so you guys can see how they look on the touchscreen and how they all behave, because some of them behave better than others. I just downloaded this for you guys because I like Bingo and it's one of the most popular games out there. So let's go ahead and just play a quick game here. So you can see this one has black bars on top and bottom, and it is forced to be full screen, just so you guys know. Because that is something, let me show you actually real quick. That is something you can go to in the settings, and if you just search for aspect ratio, you'll see aspect ratio come up, and you'll see that you can go to aspect ratio here at the bottom, and you can set each one to be a specific thing. You can see Bingo Blitz is set to full screen. You can set it to 4:3 or 16:9. Of course, 16:9 is going to make it much shorter with a lot more black bars. You can leave it at app default, which is how they all start if it looks good already. And some of them you can try and force full screen. Some of them do, some of them don't. And then you got the 4:3. So this one at app default was the exact same way it is now. So I tried the full screen, but it made no difference. So let's go ahead and just do classic here. You can see it's gathering a bunch of players online here. I want to show you guys a variety of different games here that are not the typical stuff you see on YouTube already. A lot of people just play Genshin Impact and Call of Duty and stuff like that, and the same games over and over again. So I want to show you a variety that you don't see on everyday videos. So obviously you can see here, playing some bingo with all these people. Very relaxing game. My family, like one of my aunts and stuff like that, I love playing this game.
B12. G47.
Yeah, you guys get the idea. I don't think we need to play the full game. This is how it looks like. You got the black bars and stuff like that you guys can expect. And then eventually you will call bingo. The next game we're going to take a look at here that is also very touchscreen based as well. Let's go ahead and take a look here. You got things like Clash Royale. Clash Royale plays fantastic on this screen. It takes up the full entire screen in regular portrait mode, and I think it looks great on here. So you don't even have to put the phone in landscape, you're just holding it the same way as before. We're just going to go ahead and do a quick battle here. I've been playing this game for a long time. I haven't played it in a little while, but I have played this game for a very long time. Let's go ahead and just play a quick match here so you guys can see it. Man, I remember being addicted to this game for years. Not doing so well right now. And we are pretty even though. That guy straight up missed his shot. Straight up missed. He's done for. Good job, good job, good job, good game. Very nice. Really addicting game. And I've never put any money into this, and I'm still having a ton of fun years later. So really fun game, and obviously, as you can tell, it looks fantastic on the screen. Definitely one of the highlights when it comes to the games I've tried so far that, you know, play really well on here. The next game we're gonna try here, I think a lot of us know games like Pokemon Go and Pokemon TCG, so let me just show you guys Pokemon TCG here, because that's one of the most popular games out right now that people are playing. So this one here, even if you force it, you can see I have it forced. If I look at Pokemon TCG here, I've tried it in multiple different orientations. You can see right now it's at full screen. I tried app default and stuff like that. You can see that it kind of has these black bars on the side. You can't do landscape right now or anything like that, so I kind of just left it at the default here. This is the full screen mode or default. Let's see what we get here on camera. Not a great pull, but they can't all be winners. I mean, they're all new cards. But I also just started playing this pack, so I'm not surprised that they're all new. Yeah, I only registered 14 cards. Open up our other one here. But you can see it definitely works really well, and it is nicer to have like a bigger landscape, but it doesn't take up, this one has the black bars on the side. So, like I said, all games behave differently on this screen. Some take up the full screen and look fantastic, like Clash Royale. Some of them still look really good and take up the screen like this, which is still fine. It's still a much bigger canvas than other games would be, so I have no problem with it. So I have no problem with it at all. You can see it works pretty well. And, you know, still looks really good on here. So if we exit that out, one of the ones that, like, I wouldn't say it looks bad. It just, like, you can tell it's being zoomed in too much is this one here, Pokemon Go. You can see that, like, in some instances, it's, like, a little bit bigger than it probably should be. For the most part, it's fine when you're moving around and stuff like that. You can see the map looks fine, but some of the things that you click on, you could tell is like not optimized for the screen. That's all I'm getting at. It still works well, and it's still better to play on this larger screen than it would be otherwise. It's just you can tell that sometimes things aren't optimized for this larger screen because everything is just being blown up for this screen as opposed to, you know, being the other way. But either way, it still looks really good and is a lot of fun to play with a bigger screen. It's just, like I said, some games will do better than others for obvious reasons. Now, one of the other games that I love playing on here is board games. Board games like Ticket to Ride and Tokaido look fantastic on here. Let me show you, like, for example, Tokaido is one of the best looking ones you can actually play. Let's just do solo. Just click whatever right now, just to show you guys the landscape of this when you play a board game. Looks really, really fantastic on here. I love playing board games on mobile. It's one of my most played games. And look at how pretty this game looks also. When you go ahead and just move around. Looks really good, fantastic on this screen. So really, really cool. Really, really fun game to play. And like I said, board games on here look amazing. I mean, look how beautiful it looks on this gigantic screen. So exiting out of that, opening up another board game just so you guys can see it. We'll do Ticket to Ride. That's obviously a really popular board game as well. Again, takes up the full entire screen and looks fantastic on here. This is by Asmodee, one of the biggest board game makers out there. Really cool about this game too is that they added a feature that if you play with friends and they don't own the map, they can still play the game with you, which is awesome. But you can see, really cool game. Love this game. And you could just do new game here. This is your first time playing. Would you like the tutorial? Let's go ahead and just do the tutorial just so you can see how it looks like in full screen, but not because I actually need it. We can go ahead and skip it. So you can see you have online, local, all that stuff. Let's go ahead and just do single player. You can see all the different maps that you have here. Big cities, mega game, which is really cool. Or you can just play the base game and then you have different maps that you can purchase on here. I think the interface looks really good in my opinion. You can set the AI and stuff. It's just a fantastic game. Ticket to Ride. They had an older version that wasn't as good as this one, that's for sure. This one's very pretty to play. Very addicting game. Let's just say I picked these two, obviously. But you can see how the interface looks on here. I love the way that this game looks on here. Board games are one of my favorite things to play on the ZFold because they almost, every single one I've tried takes up the full screen. And it just looks, you know, fantastic with that. Really fun game to play, for sure. You see all the trains that you have. You can see your tickets and stuff if you want to like zoom in and see them and where they're actually going. New York to Atlanta, for example. Just really cool game. So yeah, Ticket to Ride looks fantastic on here. The last game I'm going to show you that looks on here that a lot of people like to play is Zen Pinball. So for those of you guys who are pinball fans, here's another good one again that plays really well on here. I think this one actually could be played with controllers. I'm going to show you it both ways. I haven't tried this with a controller yet. I only tried it with touchscreen, so I'm going to just show you real quick and then we'll see what happens. I just want to show you how this game you know, looks on here so you guys can get an idea what these games look like. Let's go ahead and play the new Tomb Raider. So look how great this looks on here. Got the classic Tomb Raider sounds. Looks fantastic, to be honest. I mean, yes, of course I like to play pinball on my real pinball machine that I have and my virtual pinball machine. But when I'm not home, the fact that I can still play pinball, and I just lost that because I'm looking behind the camera. Let's pretend that that didn't happen. Playing this behind a camera is not easy, but you guys get the idea. This looks really good. It's really, like hitting the flippers is very responsive. Like I said, looks really good. You can switch the camera angles and stuff if you want to go like different ways, just like you can. All the different views that the table has. So really cool. So now let's talk about the Backbone controller. So this is the Backbone 1 controller that I originally had, and the reason that I had to buy the new one, the Pro, is I really didn't have any want to actually buy this because I thought I already had one, and this is $180, I think is what it was, or $160. So really expensive controller, but it is the best controller in my opinion, especially with the app that it has that we're going to talk about here in a minute that I really like what they're doing. But this one here is the one that I used to have before, which is not going to be sold off because even though it opens just as wide, because of this curve here at the bottom, it doesn't fit the fold because it doesn't let it sit here correctly, which is really annoying. So it was like flapping around and stuff like that when I was moving it, even though it theoretically worked, but it didn't feel safe in here when I was playing it, and the screen was kind of moving up and down. So I was like, yeah, this doesn't feel safe. So I was like, you know what? It's time to get the Backbone controller here. So this is the Backbone Pro controller, and yes, it is definitely much better. I mean, the new sticks that they have here feel much better and much like basically like a regular Xbox controller in your hand. The D-pad is obviously improved as well. You can see there, and they have like buttons on the back that you can now customize and program to do whatever you want in certain games, which is awesome. But the big thing is, of course, that you can see that it's not that curved design at the end anymore, and that lets us fit much better, which you guys will see here in a minute. And they also have these adapters that come with it, so these adapters easily pop off. I have the adapter in here Originally, what it has installed is the adapter that it comes with is for the ones that have cases. Obviously, I don't have a case on my ZFold, and if you have a case, you'd probably use the default one that it came with. But because the ZFold is so thin, and I'm not using a case, I switched to these, and it fits much better in the phone because of it. So it comes in the case or in it with it. Now you can see I have it installed right now, and here we go. We are on the Backbone application. And like I said, I'm not going to go in depth on the Backbone because this is not a video for that, but I really do love the Backbone interface where it kind of aggregates all your different controls and stuff like that sitting right here. You have your A button that you could hit, and you can have friends. It feels like an Xbox Live type experience. You can record, you can take screenshots, and all of it shows up on here. You have all your games from different things like Game Pass, and your ones installed on here, Xbox Cloud Gaming. You can see even ones that are specifically touch only that you can technically sometimes configure with the controls if you want to do it that way. You got everything kind of sorted out here, which I think is fun and works really well. And soon they're going to add specific emulator support into the Android version because right now it's only on iOS. You can see here, this controller, one of the big things about it is that it has Bluetooth inside, so you can not just pair it with the controller on your phone with USB-C, but you can also pair it with other things like, other handhelds that you may have that connect with Bluetooth, which is one of the things that this thing has. You can see the battery level right there of this controller, which the original one didn't have any of those features at all. But I really do love the Backbone interface and just how everything works on here and how you have a friends list and all this stuff pulls up. But let's go ahead and open up Asphalt Legends here. So you can go ahead and just hit A. And yes, I know some people say that it feels a little weird that like the USB-C isn't at the other way around. So like the screen is like above instead of being down on the controller. So like the screen would be up here instead. But to me, it doesn't make a difference. Like it still feels really sturdy. The screen isn't going anywhere. It fits nicely in there. As you can see there's a little bit of space, but it works really well right on top of there. And it doesn't move or shake like the Backbone 1 controller did. It works really well. And you can still, of course, use the touchscreen when you want to. Oh, there's an ad. What else is new? And this game just looks really, really good in general. Asphalt has always looked really good on here. Obviously, you can see it takes up the full entire screen. And you can see, using the controller, I mean, this looks gorgeous on the screen. I don't know what I was doing there, but that's fine. Really, really fun game. Looks so good. Triggers feel great. This game's obviously been around for a while, but damn does it still look really good. So many different maps in this game too, so it never feels boring. There you go. Really, really good. And you can always just press the Backbone button to get right back into Backbone and not have to do anything else. So Diablo here, just so you guys know, it starts off like if there's going to be black bars, but there is not when you actually start the game. You guys will see here in a second that, there's black bars currently, and you can see it loading with black bars. And I was like, oh no, that's not how I want it. But nope, there's the gorgeous, way that this plays, and it looks also really good on here.
An outsider, drawn where they do not belong. Yet you are too late. Waffen is down.
Really, really nice looking. Plays really well. collect all the things on the floor here. Boom. And you got new skills and stuff like that. So yeah, this plays great on here. Really, really fun. And again, you could just press the backbone controller and boom, you're right out of there. Disney Speedstorm is another one that I love playing on here. And I love that it's crossplay, which means that when I play on my mobile phone, I feel like I'm still making progress, even if I'm not home, or I don't have the Switch in my hand, or I'm not playing on my PC, because this game's on pretty much everything, which I do have it on everything. So, it's great. Of course, it looks better on the Switch than it does on mobile, but it still looks really good on here. This one also has the black bars when the game is starting, as you can see there. So it is going to have those black bars on the side, but it still looks and runs really good. Damn, he smacked me. Soundtrack on this game is so good. Really hope they're making enough money to keep this game going forever, because there's so many different tracks and things that they could do. Kind of disappointed that this season was Toy Story again. On the one hand, I get it, but on the second hand, I was like, we had Toy Story already. I want to see new tracks from other properties. Because there's so much things that they could still do. You can see how smooth this is to play with the controller. And how great it is to play. So this game, as you can see, already has, even though it's not like recognizing that it has controller support, it actually does has controller support. And you can see I'm moving around and stuff like that. And it already works. I didn't have to like do anything. Because like I said, it does let you, oh, here we go with an ad. It does let you actually add touch sync, which is like Backbone's way of adding like controller support by looking at the on-screen controls and stuff like that. And then mimicking it to the controller, which is a really cool feature for touchscreen games that maybe don't have native support. But sometimes they say it doesn't have support like this one, and then it ends up working without you having to do that, which is nice. Which is what the case is here. So playing this with a controller, obviously with the flippers, is much better. And you get something to hold with native feedback and stuff like that, which is cool.
Look at that.
Isn't she beautiful? I'm falling in love.
So there you go. You can see you can launch the ball with A, and now I got flipper support. So again, even though this game says that it doesn't have controller support according to Backbone, it definitely does. And it does work with these controls, which I wasn't sure of, but there we are. It works great, and this is obviously my preferred way to play. I don't want to play with the touchscreen if I don't have to when it comes to a pinball game, because this gives you some more feedback, and it just feels better to play, even if the touchscreen does work pretty well. Don't forget that you also have Xbox Game Pass. You have cloud gaming sitting right here, which is awesome. So you can see right here, playing on Xbox Game Pass with this controller. You can see what to expect, how this actually looks. The visuals obviously look good. The controller obviously works well. Playing Xbox Game Pass, I just wish it took up more of the full screen. If you put it this way, it goes like this, just so you guys know, and that's how much black bars you have. When you go landscape, it goes like this. So obviously landscape gives you a bigger picture than this one, because this is black bars even more. So this would be the way you want to play. But yeah, I wish Xbox would definitely optimize this for bigger displays and make this a little bit more optimized, so you can stretch it out even more. But it is still great to be able to play Xbox games anywhere you go, so nothing really to complain about. Obviously, it is on the cloud though, so internet dependent. Obviously, I don't even have very good internet right now in the place that I'm standing because I'm in like the outskirts of the house. So it's working fine. It's not lagging or anything, but you can tell just a little bit. But it is really fun to be able to play a game like this anywhere you go. Well, yeah, there you go. You can play all of those games on here, Xbox Game Pass and all that, and all these different touchscreen games on here. Look, a lot of them look really good, some better than others, of course. And then playing with this controller and stuff like that is awesome, because a lot of the games just feel better with a controller, as we all know. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, as always, leave those questions down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Until next time.